Hey everyone! Have you ever heard about astronauts being trapped in space? It sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie, right? But this actually happened in real life. In this video, we're going to dive deep into the story of astronauts who found themselves stuck on the International Space Station due to some unexpected events. Stay tuned to find out what really happened, how they survived, and what lessons we've learned from it. Let's start by talking about what it's like living on the International Space Station, or ISS. The ISS is a massive spacecraft that orbits around Earth at a speed of over 28,000 kilometers per hour. It's like a floating science lab where astronauts from different countries live and work for months at a time. But imagine being 400 kilometers away from Earth and suddenly realizing you can't go home. While space is exciting, it also comes with risks, and this is where our story begins. In 2023, a Russian Soyuz spacecraft docked to the ISS experienced a major issue, a coolant leak. This Soyuz vehicle was supposed to bring astronauts back to Earth, but the leak posed a huge safety risk. Without the coolant system working properly, the inside of the spacecraft could overheat during re-entry into Earth's atmosphere, putting the crew in grave danger. 3 astronauts, 2 Russians and an American, were now stuck. NASA and Roscosmos, the Russian space agency, had to quickly figure out how to handle the situation. But here's the thing, they couldn't just call for a repair service from Earth. Instead, they had to think creatively. So, what did the astronauts do during this period? Well, despite the situation, they continued their work on scientific experiments and daily routines. The ISS is designed to support life for long periods, but knowing your ride home might not be safe can be stressful. What's impressive is how calm and professional the astronauts remained. They knew the ground teams were working around the clock to find a solution, but until then, they had to be patient and focused. Can you imagine being in their shoes, floating in space, thousands of kilometers away from Earth, waiting for a fix? The solution came in the form of a rescue mission. Instead of risking a dangerous return trip in the damaged Soyuz, Roscosmos launched an unmanned replacement Soyuz spacecraft to the ISS. But here's the catch. It takes time to prepare and launch a spacecraft, meaning the astronauts had to stay aboard the station longer than expected. When the new spacecraft finally arrived, it was a huge relief. The astronauts were able to safely transfer to the new Soyuz, and after thorough checks, they finally made the journey back to Earth. A nerve-wracking situation was resolved, thanks to fast thinking and incredible teamwork between space agencies. This event reminds us of just how challenging space exploration can be. Even with all the planning and technology, unexpected problems can arise. But it also shows how resilient humans can be. Both the astronauts in space and the teams on the ground work together to turn a potentially dangerous situation into a successful mission. It also highlights the international collaboration between countries. The astronauts were from different nations, but they worked together, proving once again that space exploration is a global effort. So, what's the takeaway from this story of astronauts trapped in space? It's that space travel is still full of risks, but those who venture out there are trained to handle the unknown. The teamwork, quick thinking, and determination displayed in this situation is a true testament to human courage. Space might be the final frontier, but it's clear that we still have a lot to learn. What do you think? Would you still want to be an astronaut after hearing this story? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more fascinating space stories.